Side to side. How's that camera they roll? Oh yeah, bootleg side to side. No, I want side to side. What's more different? My sister with us? Okay, still on the matter. We are back again. Wellness hour by Mr Noyamayama. Where they happen? Protea Hotel. Ikeja Select. Then where we go Schwab? We go keep moving that leg. Trade FM. But now you know definitely what is happening. The warm up is on. And break time. Yeah, I know warm up is on. Let's see. Let's add another movement. I'll tell the body, the joints, the muscle group that we are ready to do what. And let's see the twist. But try. I want you to see your back. Can you see your back? No, you can only rotate. I'm the one seeing your back. No problem. 20 seconds. Mr. Mabel in the building. Motrayo in the building. 5 seconds. 4. Taking my time. Remember, it is called warm up. We are not in a hurry. Break time. This movement pattern is very key. Everybody squats in the house. They forget that they are squatting when they sit on the chair. Even there's this lady, Sharon. She doesn't remember she's squatting. Don't they squat? Like every other person. I don't want to squat, but you're sitting on a chair and you're getting up. The next thing again, even Sharon still remembers she's supposed to do push-up. She does not do push-up. Why am I using the word Sharon? I will tell you later. Not even now. Not now. Okay, push-up is on. Before you say, Mr. Noyamayama, I want to kiss somebody. Motrayo, lie down fully on my knee and do push-up. This is not man push-up or woman push-up. Break time. Break time. The warm-up just ended. So we're going to be going straight to the main event. No, we're going straight to the core activation. Are we there? Oh, yeah, now let's see. We're down. 30 against 15. Up circle, rest period, up circle, rest period, up circle. 2 times. We'll go to where? Spider-Man plank. Then we'll finally end up with what? What are we ending up with? Eh? No. Final stop? Up circle, mountain, no. We end up with mountain climber is in our main event. No. We are ending up with 21. How many movements now? Up circle 1, up circle 2, number 3.
Mountain climber.
I want more. No. Number 1, up circle, Spider-Man plank, right leg. Alternate the Spider-Man plank. Okay. Then the last one will be what? 21. So that means I'm going to be doing right leg. Sorry for me, double sharp one. Sharp one. Then Spider-Man plank. So we're alternating. That was our number 3. Order. Mudani. 1, 2. 2, 1. Break time. Then the last one will be 21. So those 4 movements, we are good. So I'm fine. 30 against 15. 30 against 15. 30 against 15. 30 seconds. Walk. 15 seconds. You rest. Never a competition. 3. I'm coming on. We'll see introduce this small segment. Yes. Still on the matter. Now we are going straight to core activation. You like the flat tummy? Forget about flat tummy. Listen to what is happening in your core muscle, and we'll talk about flat tummy later. 3, 2, 1. Are we there? They are going to be creating some rotational movement with the legs, taking advantage. You see, as it rotates. You have a clock in your house. You might be going clockwise, no problem. But remember, if you go clockwise, you will go counterclockwise. For now, it is happening. It is going to be 30 seconds of work. I like problem. Can you go? I like problem. Don't mind me. Just remember, work and rest. Mr. Meba, are you here? They breathe in and out. Put your focus somewhere else. But remember, focus, I need it here. Break time. Mr. Meba, how do you feel? It didn't work? It didn't work. Oh my God, it didn't work. But I'm coming to you, don't worry. At home, it didn't work? If you know they work, inbox me. But I know you tell me they work. 3, 2, 1, and remember, if you went clockwise, go counterclockwise. Just take your time. I always like to look for your pelvic muscle, then deeper core muscle. That deep core muscle is very vital. Your transverse abdominal muscle is very, very key. You want to have flat tummy, you have to start thinking about that muscle group. But before that, sleep, rest, movement, gratitude to God Almighty. You want to have flat tummy, that is where it is. You don't want sleep, you won't get flat tummy, too hard. But the nutrition part is key. We are going to talk about that as well. As we join and number 2 gone. 2 more places. Where? You know Spider-Man. You watch Spider-Man those days? Hey, let's start thinking about Spider-Man. Look at what I mean by Spider-Man what? Spider-Man plank. I like the plank, but I like to take it to another level. Remember, you can always plank. It might be a starting point for you. And gay. Yes, I just started the Spider-Man plank. Remember, we can put some seconds to your... This is another technique. The Spider-Man plank. And there's a hole. Let me look for Mr. Marvel. 1, 2, 3. That time under tension takes the game to another level. Don't rush through it. You want to get something out of it? This is how we try to do all this movement. I have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. If I'm tired, I'm resting. Remember that. If I'm tired, I am resting. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The bell should ring. Now. Oh my God. Goes back very fast. I mean, very, very fast. You don't need to waste so much hours. I don't understand. 5 seconds. 4. Where are we going to? We are going to be doing the 21. Single, single, double. I like to call this single, single, double. So we are going to infuse the upper and the lower. They say they differentiate them. Upper, core muscle, lower core muscle. They are all integrated together. The game is on. This is single. This is single. Then one both legs. But if I can't do both legs, don't problem. Just continue with the single. If you can't even do the single, just raise that shoulder blade off the floor a little bit. Never a competition, only trying to get better every other day. Still on the matter. Now trade a pen, then go show them. Still on the matter. Now Protea Hotel, Ikeja Select. Now there, it happened by Marriott. And we just got to the end of the core activation. So we are going to go straight to the matter. Okay. Still on the matter. Calm down now. Where are we going to? We are going to the main event. The main event is going to be what? A movement we are going to do for what? 45 seconds of work, 15 minutes total time, 20 rounds. 20 rounds. But no problem. Remember, every 45 seconds you're working and then you are resting. Rest period determined by you. Don't even start thinking I'm not doing as much as I want to do, but don't take it easy. So we're going to start with what? The push-up, people don't like push-up, but it has to be done. It's a movement that must be done in life. So we're down, 45 seconds, we're starting with the push-up. But let me see the push-up on my knee a little bit. And pass it. Keep this core tight. Breathe in, breathe angle. You can stay there, stay there. Up again, I want to show you something. Make sure you have this inclination. Aha. You can see Mr. Mabe, it's just straight. Never hurry. You see your elbow tucked into the side. More will come on your tricep muscle, make more sense. We don't want your elbow flying out. I got 20 seconds. But let me take this somewhere else. Can you come on your toe? Show some women that it is doable. What a woman can do, a man can do. It can always be modified. You get the game. Remember, if I'm getting tired, that's exactly what I want. You will get stronger. Remember, protein is key. 5 seconds. From here, we are going to be going a movement that everybody does without knowing. Even Sharon, she does it, she doesn't know. Lie down on my back and get up. Lie down on your bed and get up. Yeah, get up. That is a movement that is key. Mr. Mabe, get up. Anyhow you want to like, get up. You can see how he's getting up. Up. You can see how she got up. She even added a jump. Let's see the hand. And up. Very, very important movement we do in life. No problem, Mr. Mabe, you're doing good. Take your time, never a competition. Yeah, the get up is our number 2 movement. Add that movement and tell me what happens at the end of 30 days. Depending. 30 days times what? Times 12. Number of months, not just 12 days. Nothing. Times number of years that you tell God you want to remain here on earth. And number 3, movement there. Another movement that is key. You know, we just keep making sure we give you those things. Before you say Jack Robinson, we started stimulating a lot, breaking down a lot of muscle fiber. Imagine now I want to push Mr. Mabe. He will resist my pushing. That tells me your core muscles are well activated. I even want to drag the leg. He will say no. He's trying to fight against my resistance. If I want to drag 2 of them at the same time. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. I had the bell. The next movement is going to be what? We are getting up. We're going straight to side lunge. Side to side. I like this movement because it tells me my hips goes backward. So we create the side lunge. The game is on. The moment you can stay this way. No problem. I like that. Alternating out of it. The other side. Come to this side. Aha. We'll continue like that. You can see there's a slight movement. No happening. Mr. Papa, continue. Let's see that dynamic flow. They want to stay stagnant. They're going side to side. Side to side. As you can see, the hip is coming backward. We are hinging. This is a hinge movement. Do I call this person's name? Yes, Sharon will do this movement. She doesn't know she's training, but now she knows she's training. I had it well. It takes me to a movement that will take my heart rate up. Mountain climber. Everybody sees mountain climber. You don't want to do mountain climber. We'll continue climbing the mountain in our life. Through what? Through the help of God Almighty. Just keep running, no problem. There's people who say you're running. Yeah, I'm vertical. Mountain climber. Look for version that works for you. Good, good, good. 18 seconds. If I'm tired, I'm resting. 15 seconds. 12 seconds. 10 seconds. We're getting close. 9, 8. Conditioning happening in a very interesting word playing here that the body does not like. Yeah, remember, walk and rest. Walk and rest. The bell rings. I just had the bell. Back to number 1. Number 1. You don't need to get up. We're back to push up. The push up is on. When I'm tired, I am resting. 30 seconds. Taking my time. I'm not in a hurry. The push up is on. Remember, walk and rest. 25 seconds to go. The game is on. The bell just rang. Every time the bell rings, we are there. Good. 20 seconds. Remember, walking and resting. Never a competition. Good. Good. 13. 12 seconds. Then make sure you are breathing. You are breathing in and out. Never a competition. Feel free to rest. Get back when you are ready. 4 seconds. 3. Real life. No Joro. No editing. I had the bell. We are ready to get up. Lie down on my bed. Oh, this lie down on my mat. Lie down on the floor and get up. Mr Noyamayama wants to test the get up. Let me do some get up. Bring myself up. I don't want to jump. I want to do my what? My calf raise intelligently. Oh. In a report, I need a walk. 18. Less than 10 seconds to go. Well, let me remind you. 4 sets. Destination. Walking and resting. We got 7. We have 5. We have 4. We have 3. We have 2. We have 1. Bell should ring now. Let me use my belly a little bit. Third movement. We are doing the what? 21. Oh, no, 21. Get into my bear crawl. And then we are holding isometrically. Infusing some science into that movement. Bear crawl and hold is on. When you're ready, you get into it. Good, good, good. You can see elevation of the knee, off the floor a little bit. For some, you might just be here. No problem. There is always a starting point. Hand on that shoulder. There. She's even using her knuckle. Remember, I get knuckle, I get my flat what? My flat palm. Just make sure you're breathing. If I push out, it doesn't move. That is the game here. It tells you you're having your core activated. Shoulder blade infused. Yes. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And the bell. I'm getting up. We're going to wear side to side, creating that hinge movement pattern. The legs widely open, side to side. The game is on. Taking my time, creating that hinge movement here. Good. It will come backward. Just make sure the hip is coming backward. More like it. 25 seconds. 23 seconds. 20 seconds. Side to side. Never in a hurry. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds. And you will see the activation of those muscle groups that we are looking for. The Abano, I call them in the hinge movement pattern. I get 5. I get 4. I get 3. I get 2. I get 1. Remember, we had the show them Trade FM. The game is on. We are going to mountain climber. Who give us the advantage of making sure this is short? Protea Hotel. You can just select by Mario. The game is on when you are ready. The game is on when you are ready. Wellness section still going on strong. Mountain climber is on. 25 seconds to go. Nothing bad. We don't reach. 20 seconds. 2 minus 4 minus 2. That means we have 2 more sets. 2 more sets to go. 15 seconds. We are getting close. Remember, if you tire, make you rest. Push until you can't. Rest until you can't. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Mr. Marvel is just holding a plank intelligently, and I had the bell. We are going back to where? Number 1. Third set. We are almost there. Third set. Definitely you are going to rest more. It is needed. It is allowed. Remember, walk and rest. But I had the bell. That means I am back to where? My push-up. Whenever you are ready, you get into push-up. No competition. Ọpọlọ ló gbà. Okay. They don't hear ọpọlọ ló gbà. No problem. Now sense, we go use one. We'll keep getting better every other day. Just make sure, good form or nothing. If the form is becoming yama, just make sure you are resting. I keep telling you, where they go show them? Now for Trade FM. Still on the matter. I'll tell you more updates coming. And I had the bell. Oh. go. Get up is next. Lie down and get up. That is all. When you are ready. 30 seconds to go. Taking my time. Motrayo, are you still adding the jump? Man, find your trouble small. She knew I was going to take her to another level. Mr. Mebe, I will come to you. I will not come to you, but I will come to you. They say what a woman can do. A man can do better. Oh yeah, okay. Jump. If I catch you, you will fall. And then when you fall, you have to, oh my God, I had the bell. Taking me straight to where the bear crawl and hold. The science there is the isometric hold. That means you're going to send so much to those muscle groups. We want to break them down as much as we can. They repair when we are sleeping. The game is on. Third set. We are almost there. The bear claw and hold is on. Bear claw and hold is on. When in this position, make sure you are breathing in and out, and make sure you have your stomach braced. Imagine yourself being punched by someone. My punch is small. Oh, you can see how. The answer? Yes. Undo. No problem. I'm only checking and balancing that we have a good form. Hand on that shoulder, you can see perfectly what knees of the floor. You can do a break time. Hide it well. Oh my God, it's bringing me back up. Who did down must come up. Side lunge, bringing in the hip movement pattern. We like to walk in movement pattern. God created us to walk in different movement pattern. Add movement pattern to your words, to your training, and you will get so much out of it. Okpololuba. No Yamayama form. Don't start doing this. This is Yamayama. Let the elbow, the knee, create that what 90 degrees. You see how that's where they go. You dey learn for house. You dey learn. If you are there, you are good. Remember, walk and rest. Chest up, no problem. And let's take the heart rate up for the yes, one more round and then we are there. Mountain climber comes in. Mountain climber, round 3 or 4. We are almost there. One more set, game over. Yeah, remember, now Protea Hotel, you can just select by Marriott, it happen. 25 seconds to go. When you're ready, you're back to it. The mountain climber is on. Remember, walk and rest. Are you resting?
Yes.
Thank you very much. If you are resting, it will walk. Mr. Mabe, are you resting?
Yes.
Oh, he's telling Mr. Mabe, are you ready? Are you ready at home? If you are ready, you go. They don't make a team event, but remember, it's a journey. If you are not ready, leave them alone. Take your time to rest. Yes, we're not in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell should ring. And Mr. Mabe, we'll try you to be happy right now that the game is over. Now lie. It remains one more set. Get back to push-up for the final time. And then we are almost out of this. Push-up is on when you are ready. Okay. Then we say, I did look for motivation. There's nothing like motivation. Use discipline to eat motivation for breakfast every other day. Push-up time. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Tired. Go on my knee. No problem. This is you against you. It is never you against any other person. It is you every other day. Keep thanking God for grace. The bell ring. Number 2 is the get up. I'll lie down, I'll get back up. We're almost there, around 17 of 20, and this workout section is over. Section still going on strong. Trade FM, go show them. Aha. We thank God for giving us Protea Hotel. Ikeja Select by Marriott. Now there, it happen. They have not visited the hotel. Try and visit, you go fear what you will see here. Hospitality to the next level. You will fear. This is the only place you should be finding yourself. For now, 12 seconds to go. 10 seconds. We have 9 seconds. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The bell should ring. Everybody, they wait for the bell. There's no problem. The bell takes you somewhere else. Where is it going to take me? Where focus goes, energy flow. Where is the energy to do our what? Bear crawl, and isometrically, we are going to be holding. Okay. 25 seconds to go. They say 15 minutes is too. I always laugh. 5 minutes, you will see it here. Yeah. 2 minutes, we will show you. Is it not the technique to burn fat? No, but we want to look at the awareness attach wellness to health span. Then see how much it will bring and to make so much difference. The game is still on, 5 seconds to go. Everywhere they walk. The hand said they walk. Intelligently. Hadibe, 19 of 20. We are taking the movement straight to where side lunge, a hip movement that is sweet to be infused into your workout schedule. Side lunge, side to side is happening. We are almost there. We are almost there. Where it they happen? It they happen. It they happen. For where? You want me to tell you? I must tell you. If I don't tell you, you will not visit us. It they happen for Protea Hotel. Ikeja Select by Marriott. Who go show am? Trade FM. Who they here? Mr Noyamayama. Mr Mabe. Motayo. Inside which program? Wellness section. Wellness hour. Wellness hour. You hear that? Wellness hour. Still on the matter. Final stop and we should be there. Mountain climber will end it. Mountain climber will end it. Let me be running a countdown. Mr. Babe, this I want to tax you a little bit. How many mountain climber can you do in the last 30 seconds? Because I see 30 seconds on the timer. Just check and balance. We'll try. How many mountain climber can you do before the bell will ring? It is not a competition. Good form first before that number. I'm only trying to look for a way to make them, step the game up intelligently. And they give the update. They will tell me how many mountain climber they got in the last couple of seconds in 45 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. No, Joro, if you hear the bell, stop. How many did you get? 39. Now number. What number? 42. Now number. Any number you get is number. But now, thank you so much and keep watching. Wellness Hour, Ushuam, Trade FM. Where? Protea Hotel. Ikeja by what? Protea Hotel Select by what? By Marriott. Wellness Hour continues. Keep watching.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wellness Hour, your trusted destination for practical conversations on health, nutrition, fitness, and healthy living. Every day, the choices we make about food, physical activity, and lifestyle have a direct impact on our energy productivity and overall world well-being. This morning, we'll be exploring how nutrition and healthy habits can help prevent diseases, improve quality of life, and support long-term wellness. I'm your host, Adele Chamaka. Joining us today is Adeze Oluwabuchi, a passionate clinical nutritionist and public health facilitator dedicated to improving health through evidence-based nutrition and wellness strategies. She's the founder of Nourish Nutrition, a wellness brand that provides clinical nutrition services, corporate wellness programs, and community nutrition education across Nigeria. Through her work, she helps individuals manage conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, and digestive disorder, while also promoting healthier lifestyle in workplaces, schools, and underdeserved communities. Adeze Oluwabuchi, it's a pleasure to have you on Wellness Hour. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Welcome. First of all, it's not Oluwabuchi, it's Onuabuchi. That is it. Thank you very much. So my name is Adeze Oluwabuchi. I'm the founder of Nourish Nutrition, and it's so good to be here this afternoon. Thank you.
Of Nourish Nutrition, a wellness brand focused on clinical nutrition, corporate wellness, and public health nutrition. How did you come up with the idea for Nourish Nutrition and what inspired you to start?
Okay, so Nourish Nutrition is a wellness brand that was inspired by the need to fill in that gap between practical nutrition and healthcare. Okay, so a lot of people are told, oh, you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you have this high cholesterol. They tell you to try to avoid some certain foods. But then if you're telling people avoid this, avoid that, what do they now end up eating? You get. So when you go to the hospital and the doctor is telling you about all the different things that are wrong with you, and they will tell you, oh fine, we know that you can use your diet to prevent or manage these things, but then the doctor doesn't tell you exactly what to eat. So now that gap between nutrition knowledge, people knowing what to eat and how to apply them in their everyday life, and then that's applying it into practical health care to be able to manage those ailments, even reverse some of the ailments, is now the gap that we're trying to fill in with Nourish Nutrition. So in Nourish Nutrition, our philosophy is making nutrition to be practical You understand? In such a way that it can be able to prevent, manage, and reverse illness. So to be able to fit into people's lives every day. That's what the nourishment is about.
How long have you been practicing as a clinical nutritionist and public health facilitator? And what has been the journey over the few years?
Okay, so I've been practicing for approximately 7 years now. And in my journey as a clinical nutritionist, I've walked through different fields, from individual nutrition counseling, diet therapy, to workplace wellness in corporate, to public health, nutrition. And there's something I've learned in my journey in this last 7 years. Something I've learned is that it's not just about knowing what food contains, it's about knowing how to prepare the food. A lot of people, I know that, if I drink soda a lot, it's not good for me. Okay, what do you now take? A lot of people know that, okay, whole grains are healthy, oatmeal is this, oatmeal then. What is inside that food? How can you be able to combine that food? How can you eat that food? How can you prepare that food? Some people, their problem is not knowing what to eat or knowing what not to eat. Their problem is, how can I be able to portion this food? How can I even cook the food? For some people, it's their cooking method that is a problem. Their cooking method is the reason that they're having a lot of health issues. So that's what I've learned through my years of consulting as a clinical nutritionist. That it's not just about the foods, they're also about the person, their lifestyle, their cultural differences. Because in Nigeria we have different cultures and our food. So that's just the thing. And also the effect of the corporate office on people's health and their dietary choices too. So in all these things, in my experience, I've been able to learn different things and know how to do things better in Nigeria.
We have a lot of nutrition-related health conditions among Nigerians.
Okay.
As a clinical nutritionist, what are the most common ones you've seen?
Okay, so in Nigeria, we have a double burden of malnutrition. And when I say double burden of malnutrition, is in two ways. So the first one is we facing undernutrition when it has to do with, people not being able to have access to food, and also micronutrient deficiencies. That is the undernutrition part. Then on the flip side, we have where we have obesity, overweight issues. Now this obesity, overweight issues, we can call it overnutrition, whereby people are eating the wrong kind of foods. Now these are the things that can now present in cases like diabetes, cardiovascular issues, stroke, and what have you, hypertension and all that. These are non-communicable lifestyle diseases that are related to our diet. So in my experience so far, I've seen both sides of it. The most common one we see in the rural communities where they have food insecurity issues is the undernutrition and micronutrient deficiencies. But in the urban setting, like in Lagos, the one we've been facing most is the obesity and overweight issues, and then that gives rise to the high cholesterol, cardiovascular issues, and all whatnot. So that's it.
How important is nutrition in the management of diabetes and hypertension compared to medication alone?
Okay, so I wouldn't present this as nutrition versus medication. No, so I tell my patients most of the time that, see, when you are coming to see me as a clinical nutritionist in the hospital, and then I'm going through your diagnosis and all that, and I've seen that your doctor that you were working with already placed you on a particular prescription, let's say you're a hypertensive patient or a diabetic patient and all that. First of all, I do not tell you to remove your medications, no, because you've come to see the dietitian or the nutritionist. No, what we do is that we now use nutrition therapy, that's medical nutrition therapy, as a complementary factor. So that nutrition therapy that we're placing you on, that diet, is actually what is going to help your medications to work better. Now we now get to a point where we can be working with your GP to get your dosages down, to start reducing your dosage, because we've seen that, okay, with the medical nutrition therapy that we're introducing, it is helping your medications to work better, to a point where, like for instance, in diabetes, there's something called remission. Remission means that the person's blood glucose levels have become so regulated over a period of time. So the more they continue using their medication, it will get them to a point where they might start having very low blood sugar levels, because there's already nutrition therapy working for it. So in that case, now we can now start working towards transitioning you with your doctor to get your medications off.
Do you get? In that case, we've seen that you've not been having any blood sugar spikes for a period of time. So you can now continue with your nutrition therapy. But to tell you, oh no, don't use your medications, no, we'll not advise you that unless you've not started using your medications. And we've seen that it's still in the early stages. That's why we say that early detection can prevent all these things ahead. So that's it.
So many people believe that if they eliminate carbohydrates, it won't bring up diabetes. Is that medically accurate?
First of all, I'll say a big no to that. Okay, no, carbohydrate is not the enemy when it comes to diabetic patients. That's a misconception that people have out there, that once you have diabetes you should not take anything carbohydrate. The problem is knowing the type and quality of carbohydrates, knowing the dietary pattern, knowing the overall meal composition of the person that is taking the food. So for a diabetic person, they're telling the person, oh, don't eat rice. The truth is maybe the person can't even afford brown rice. Now there are better ways to actually pair that rice. That's where we have meal composition. That's where we have dietary pattern. So you need to understand the person's lifestyle, their financial status and everything, and know how to combine that carbohydrate well. So for instance, now instead of me to tell somebody that is diabetic to avoid rice totally, we'll go for maybe local rice, brown rice, which has more fiber. Now another thing you need to consider when somebody is diabetic is also their glucose, their body's response to glucose. There are some foods that when they eat it, it's called high glycemic index foods. What does it mean? Now when the person eats it, the rate at which the food is broken down to glucose and is pumped into their blood is very, very high. So that's high glycemic index food. This kind of foods are like maybe your common white rice, your processed foods, things like that. Those are high glycemic index foods. You understand? Then we have the medium or the low glycemic index foods. Those are the ones that have high fiber. They are also carbohydrates. For instance, your Quaker oats, your brown rice. That's why brown rice is better than normal foreign rice, and you can get brown rice in the market now. For instance, your your sweet potato. I always recommend sweet potato for my patients compared to yam, because of the fiber content and the fact that the rate at which it releases sugar into the blood is lower than the conventional ones. So the thing is, you tell them to pair it in a healthier way, increase their dietary protein. That is what will help somebody that is diabetic. Not tell them, oh, anything carbohydrate, run away from it, eat only beans. No, that's not true.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What dietary changes can make the biggest difference for someone struggling with obesity?
Okay, so for people struggling with obesity, I use like my 5-way method. First thing first is that people that are struggling with obesity, most of the time, the society judges them that they don't have willpower, and that is not true, because there's a lot of things that actually fuels obesity in a lot of people, especially women. So I have this series I run online, boot camps every month, that we talk about different issues. Different issues that stems from hormonal imbalance. PCOS is one thing that can actually trigger overweight in women or trigger obesity in women. There are other underlying factors that can lead to that. So it might be as a result of their health. Now, when I'm working with somebody that is struggling with obesity, there are some things I want to know. First of all, I want to clear out, is there a medical foundation to this thing, so that we'll know what we're treating. For some other women, it might be that they're using some implants for contraceptive implants, and that is making them add a lot of weight. You understand? So we need to eliminate those things. Now, in the other case where it is not a medical foundation that they are facing, okay, we'll now start looking at, okay, what is your dietary pattern like? What's your lifestyle like? Do you engage in physical activity? Do you engage in any sports or exercise? We'll rule that out. How is your diet like? We'll take like a diet recall. What do you eat? Do you consume high energy dense empty calorie foods? Are those the kind of foods you consume? Processed food, fried foods, things that will actually make you to add more weight. And then another thing we also consider is their cultural differences. There are some people that will believe that, oh, I'm from a certain place, I can only eat the food that I was brought up with, and not knowing that those foods is actually what is fueling their obesity. So we'll look at now introducing foods that can increase, that can keep them fuller for longer. High fiber foods, vegetables, whole grains, things like that. These are foods that can keep them fuller for longer. Do you understand? Increase their physical activity levels. Then also manage their stress, because stress hormone, cortisol, is one major driving factor for obesity, but people don't know. Then how is their sleep management? Like, a lot of people don't sleep. They don't know that sleep is actually related to obesity. Do you understand? So these are the things I put into consideration when working with somebody that's obese.
I How do you approach meal planning for patients with multiple conditions such as diabetes and hypertension?
Okay, so most of the time I tell people that the more metabolic disorders somebody has, okay, the less appropriate a generic internet meal plan is for them. Let me break it down. Don't mind my jargons. Okay, so when we talk about metabolic disorders, there are common metabolic disorders we have around us. Obesity, number one driver, hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular issues. These are like the major core metabolic disorders. And trust me, most of the time they don't present in just one. They don't present independently. They come in different, like together. You can see somebody that is diabetic. The next person, when you check closely, you see the person is hypertensive. When you check closely, you might see the person has high cholesterol issues, which might be affecting their heart. So in cases like that, I don't use one meal plan fits all kind of approach. No, I don't do that. I don't just bring a DASH diet for hypertension and combine it with maybe a high fiber diet for or a low sugar diet for diabetes and match them together. No. So we first of all start with their diagnosis. We check, okay, what's their diagnosis, what's their lab results saying, and things like that. So for somebody that has hypertension and at the same time has diabetes, we'll look at their HbA1c levels. We'll understand, okay, fine, we're going to be including some diet, maybe increase their dietary protein, increase their fiber levels and things like that. Then at the same time, because they're also hypertensive, reduce their sodium intake from their table salt and from some other things that are including into their diet. So that's how we'll now come up with a particular diet for them. Do you get? And at the same time, if the person is also obese, they will also look at adding some other things, reducing their fat level, introducing healthier fat options into their diet. That's how I work with them.
Why is personalized nutrition important, and why don't one size fits all diets work for everyone?
Just like what I said earlier, so one size fits all diets cannot work for everyone. So let's say me and you were sisters, and let's even say we are twin sisters, okay? We're twin sisters from the same mother and everything, from the same womb. But do you know that if both of us, let's say for instance both of us are maybe hypertensive, one plan cannot work for me and you? Why? Your body composition is different from my body composition. Do you understand? My metabolism is different from your metabolism, even though we're twins. Like, I'm being very extreme in this illustration, okay? Now, not to talk of somebody where maybe a case where both of us are not twins, we're not sisters, we are just maybe friends. You maybe you're my bestie or something, and then we go to see a dietitian. Maybe I go to see a dietitian because you don't want to pay for the dietitian. You say, go and see the dietitian. Don't worry, when you bring your plan, maybe both of us were hypertensive. Now we'll share it. It can never work like that, because there are some things that are different with you. That's why people that go online to go and get all those Google generic or ChatGPT meal plans, they still end up coming to see the dietitian or the clinical nutritionist, because one meal plan cannot fit for everybody. No.
You work extensively in corporate wellness.
Yes.
What are your biggest nutrition challenges facing employees in today's workspace?
Okay, so when we talk about nutrition challenges that face employees in today's workspace, first things first is that we need to understand that your workplace has a very big influence on your diet, your health, and your lifestyle. How? We're in Lagos. Let's say maybe you live on the mainland and you work on the island because you got a better job offer in VI, but you stay at Abuleba. You understand? So you have to wake up very early in the morning to catch a bus. You understand what I'm saying? Good. Now, you've already spent the early hours of your morning trying to get to work. You're in traffic and all that. So you spend the early hours of your day trying to get things on. You cannot eat your breakfast in the morning. You understand? So by the time you get to the office, the HR is already breathing down on your neck. Do you know that we have a target, a deadline, a this and that and that? You're not thinking about breakfast. By the time you're thinking about breakfast, maybe it's around maybe 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. in the afternoon. What do you want to do? You want to order the nearest KFC or the nearest fast food or the nearest stuff from Glovo or from Chowdeck. Do you understand? That is what you want to eat. And remember, ever since you came to the office, from traffic to the office, you are sitting behind your desk, behind your computer. You've not gotten up for a break. You've not walked around, nothing. So what you want to do is to send the errand boy in the office to get you something to eat, and maybe grab something from the fridge, and you just sit down there and you're eating and you're feeling good. At the end of the day, by 5 p.m., you're leaving work. You enter traffic again to go back home. Okay, when you get home, what is on your mind? You want to just refresh yourself, maybe eat something, and then go to bed. And then the next day continues like that. Let's say the person is not so fortunate and they work Monday through Saturday. They don't even rest Saturday and Sunday. It's only Sunday they have to rest. What do you think will happen to this kind of person? With time, they will start having health issues. Do you understand? That is what they face in the workplace. Now, let's say you've been doing that one, and maybe every Friday people do thank God it's Friday in the office, team bonding, and they bring lots of small chops from 12 baskets or from different places, and you put eats, everybody jollies and stuff like that. It just keeps happening like that over and over again. That is why you see somebody in the office, they can just slump. We've had cases like that, and by the time you check, you see that the person has been hypertensive all along and they didn't know. The person has had high blood cholesterol levels all this while and nobody knew. The person has been having cardiovascular health issues and nobody knew. So these are the kind of things that I've been seeing in the workplace, and it's been affecting a lot of people. So for somebody that is already diabetic and they come to work and they are skipping their meals, what happens is that they have times that they have sugar spike, they have times that they have sugar low, and it's be affecting their performance in the office. That's what happens. And let me tell you the truth, a lot of HMOs that people sign on to, that all these corporates sign on to, they don't really care about individual wellness. That is what inspired us at Nourish Nutrition to go into workplace wellness. That's it.
When you design a meal plan,
Okay.
what factors do you consider before making recommendations?
Okay, so when I'm designing a meal plan, the first thing first is that there's something called, let me use the theory part now. There's something called the ABCD of dietary counseling. We have the anthropometrics, where we check your height, your weight, your BMI, things like that, okay? Then we'll check your biochemical assessment, where we'll check for your lab results. What is your HbA1c saying for your blood glucose? What's your blood pressure saying? What is your kidney function test showing, and things like that. We'll check for your lifestyle. Okay, how is your lifestyle like? Do you smoke a lot? Do you drink? Are you a passive drinker? Do you exercise? Your physical activity levels? Then we go into your medical history. Then we go into your drug history. Now, these are the things that I'll check. And I'll also go into your family medical history. Because most of the time, you might not even know that maybe your late dad or your great grandfather had hypertension and is running as a hereditary disease in the yes, you understand. So when we are able to check those things, that is what will now inform how we can be able to build a medical nutrition therapy that is specific to you. Do you understand? So that's how we come up with that.
How does poor nutrition affect employees' productivity, concentration, and overall performance?
Okay, so just like I mentioned earlier, when employees are not eating right, okay, and they are not also living healthy, number one thing is that it affects their cognitive function in the office. When I say cognitive function, the way you are able to be creative, the way you perform your task and things like that, it will start being affected. Let's say, for instance, Chamaka, you've not eaten maybe since yesterday night, and what is the time right now? This is like 12:37. Okay, and you've not had anything to eat since yesterday. How would you be smiling at me when I come in? No, obviously not. If they're telling you, oh, do this, do that, follow up with this person, you'll be very grumpy. If you didn't sleep well last night, do you think your face will be looking shiny and glowing like this, and your eye will be so bright? No. So these are ways through which poor nutrition actually affects people in the workplace. Now, things like that, over time, it will now start getting into bigger health issues. Do you understand? And when there are bigger health issues, what will happen? Increase absentees in the office. People will be calling in sick leave. It will also be affecting the company's revenue generation. Do you understand? For them to be able to generate revenue, because people are not really working as they should. People are not being productive as they should. People are not being creative as they should. So it will affect everybody, both the employees and the organization at large.
What are the key components of an effective corporate wellness nutrition program?
Okay, so whenever we go for our corporate wellness programs, the first thing we do is that we assess the company's health risk. We assess the environment. So we come into your office, for instance, now, and we assess, okay, so how do you do your things here? Do you have days that you take off? Do you have any employee wellness initiatives that you do for staff? Maybe like, okay, taking them to wellness resorts, having team bonding games, things like that, having fitness sessions and stuff. Want to know what you guys have been doing before now. Want to understand how your workload is. Is it a 9 to 5 that you have to sit down behind your desk from 9 to 5 before you can get up? There is no break, there's no stretches. If you manage and get up, HR will see you through camera and say, what are you doing? Money, time is money, money is time, things like that. So after we finish assessing that, then we can now start educating them based on our assessments of how the environment is. We now start educating. We now can now come in from the obesity pain points, from the hypertension pain points, and things like that. Okay, from education, we can now start doing some screenings. We run screenings in the office, screening for blood pressure, blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, and some other things we can screen for. And we'll also give them some dietary counseling. You understand? We also incorporate some fitness and demonstration sessions in the office when we do our corporate wellness programs. Then at the end of the day, we also put them on challenges like all the 21-day what's called soda-free challenge, hydration challenge, things like that. And we always follow up with them. So we don't just do a one-off thing, no, because we believe that healthy lifestyle transition is not something that you just do touch and go. It's not a one-day thing. No, you keep on reminding them, keep on being in their face. That's how we actually do our own corporate wellness. Yeah.
Your work includes nutrition and education in rural communities and schools. How is it like?
Okay, so when it comes to rural communities and schools, that's our public health department. What we most of the time, let's start from the rural communities. In rural communities, I've seen different kind of things. The first thing that we see in rural communities is there's a case of food insecurity. When I say food insecurity, a lot of people don't even have access to good food or good water. That's the first thing. Okay, so that's where we'll now start from. Then a lot of people don't even know that the small food that they have around them, they can actually be able to combine it and still be able to get healthy food. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then another thing is accessibility to healthcare. When we go to some of these rural communities, we see that they don't even have access to basic healthcare, not to now talk of nutrition knowledge. That's when we now start educating them, telling them, okay, do you know you can use this and this and this to be able to achieve good diet? Do you know you can be able to do this and that and that? And you know, that's how they're able to, through education and awareness, that's how we help them. Then when it comes to schools, we understand that with the high prevalence of childhood obesity now, we need to start from the young children. That's where we're going to school nutrition education programs in primary schools, in secondary schools, where we educate the children. We educate them about, okay, healthy food choices, because a lot of children are actually they are the ones even controlling their parents. They say, oh, I don't want to eat healthy food. I want to eat Indomie. I want to eat junk. I want to drink bobo and things like that. So when we start educating the children, we also involve the parents and the teachers. So it's a three-way thing when it comes to school. So for our community health department, our community health and public health, what we do is we incorporate churches, we incorporate schools, we incorporate rural communities. That's how we run it. Yeah.
What nutrition challenges are most common in underdeserved communities?
Okay, just like I mentioned earlier, they always have food insecurity, poor accessibility to the right foods and the right health resources. We also experience cultural misconceptions. So when I say cultural misconceptions, somebody can tell you that, oh, when they drink coconut water, for instance, that to make their brain to be blank. You know, we get different kind of things that, you know, they'll tell you, okay, when you're trying to teach them, through cooking demos, we tell them, okay, when you're making your vegetable soup or your efo and things like that, please do not blanch the vegetables. Everything is going to go away from the vegetables. They'll say, no, that's what my mother said we should be doing it. Then when you're talking to them, you know, for their children, when it comes to protein, they'll say, oh, if a child is giving plenty protein, they will have long throats, they will begin to steal. And you're wondering, like, all these misconceptions, you know, these are the things that we face whenever we go for all those kind of awareness or outreaches. So most of the time it's always a case of they don't have access to the right information, they don't have access to the right food and the health amenities. Yes.
How can nutrition education help reduce the burden of chronic diseases in Nigeria?
So I will always say that creating awareness, knowledge is power. in my practice, I've seen that a lot of people, fine, you might know that, oh, if I eat vegetables, it's good for me, but how do I prepare the vegetables? How do I eat the vegetables? How do I combine it? How do I make food so practical to be able to fit into my lifestyle, to be able to fit the goal that I'm trying to achieve? Do you understand? So first things first is we should use influencers, teachers, the clergy, anybody that people can listen to. We should take advantage of those platforms or those people. We should start with creating awareness, making small changes, creating awareness online, offline, outreaches, activations. Those are the things that we should incorporate. Then government should also make it easier, and also HMOs should also make it easier for people. Do you understand? Because a lot of HMOs, they don't have this what's it called, provision for dietitians and nutritionists. Likewise, a lot of hospitals, when you go to a lot of hospitals, you're asking for a nutritionist or a dietitian, they're looking at you like, what's someone talking about? You understand? But they don't know that it's the most important part of medical care or health care. Yes, nutrition and diet. So that's basically about that.
What strategies have been most effective in changing nutrition behaviors at the community level?
Okay, so at community level is actually just like what I mentioned, is when they see that, okay, fine, people have this copycat mentality, especially in this era of social media. Oh, you see your favorite maybe social media icon or actor or influencers, they are doing fit farm, you too, you want to do fit farm. You see that if your favorite social media influencer comes to tell you that, oh, eating fufu is the new trend that can actually make you to lose fat, you don't want to research it, you don't want to know anything, just know that, okay, this is the right way. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that those influencers, those well-respected people, those people out there that are making the moves, they should make the right moves in the right direction, so that they can be able to create this awareness that people need. Okay, the right people in the right spaces that people can listen to, they should begin to create this awareness. Let's start with small changes. Even if it's just, okay, tell people that, okay, you can reduce your soda intake from taking 5 bottles to 2 or 3 bottles in a day. It's a start. Do you understand? So they should not make it like, oh, these things, it should be like, oh, the bad ones should be the fad and the good ones are the things that we shouldn't talk about. No. People feel that when you talk about very serious things that are affecting lives and humanity, nobody will listen to you. So they rather talk about the wrong ones, and that is not right. Do you understand? So that's it.
Okay, finally, what do you have to say to Nigerians that are passing through all the disease, hypertension, diabetes? What do you have to say on them eating healthy?
Okay, so the first thing first is that my philosophy is that nutrition or healthy eating should not be expensive. It is not even expensive. So most of the time people think that healthy eating has to do with asparagus or cauliflower or all those things that are imported from spinach. No. Or whenever you say, oh, I'm on a diet or I'm trying to eat healthy, they will just imagine that you're eating grass. No. First of all, let's change that misconception. It's a misconception. We already have this misconception about food. Let's first of all change that misconception, then try to make more research to understand that, okay, these are the things that I can actually combine. I can use my indigenous foods. I don't need to import kiwi or import walnuts. You understand? We have our local foods and it is sufficient for us. Most people from outside are even coming to take some of our local foods to take it out there. Now let me tell you one thing. Do you know that our local walnuts is even richer, more healthier compared to the imported walnuts? But a lot of people don't know these things. The foods we have around us is very sufficient. So let's use the foods we have around us and then seek knowledge. Don't say, okay, I'm having this, let me go to Google or let me go to ChatGPT or Claude to go and ask questions. Fine, it's good to make your research, but then go to the right professionals to get these things. Okay, so if you're out there and you have maybe hypertension, diabetes, you're dealing with any of these metabolic disorders, why don't you locate a good nutritionist or a dietitian? I don't mean all those weight loss coaches that come online and shouting influencers, they only put before and after. No, I mean somebody that understands this thing. That is their field, that is what they do. They can be able to help you to make the right choices, and it should be practical, affordable and sustainable. That is our philosophy. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and that's it for Wellness Hour. At days they all know Thank you for sharing your expertise and practical insights with us today. Our conversation has shown that good nutrition and regular physical activity are not just about weight loss, they are about building healthier life, preventing diseases, and improving overall well-being. Healthy living begins with informed choices, and every small step towards better eating and a more active lifestyle can make a meaningful difference. To our listeners, we hope today's discussion has inspired you to take a more intentional approach to your nutrition, exercise, and daily health habits. Thank you for listening to Wellness Hour. Join us again next time for another informative and empowering conversation and living a healthier lifestyle. Stay active, eat well, and take care of yourself. If you are just joining us, you can catch highlights of this conversation and connect with us on social media. We are Trade FM Live across all platforms: Facebook, X formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. I am Adonis Chamaka. Thank you.
Before I'm able to do
all right, thank you.
That wasn't able to. And one thing about Mr. Noyamayama's training is that more often than not, you will find yourself doing exercises that are functional. You might not even know how functional they are until you're just having a normal day, and then you find yourself doing something that you know you were not able to do prior to when you started training consistently. So I feel better, I'm stronger, I fit better into my clothes, I look better in pictures. And one thing about weight gain, especially when it's rapid, is you may not necessarily know, but it's kind of like steals away your confidence to a large extent. Before you know, you find yourself hiding from cameras, you're giving excuses to people when they ask you, oh, can you come out, and all of that. But lately, I haven't been doing any of that. I'm happy to show up for friends and families, go out, just do things that I would say for a long time I wasn't able to do before. So yeah, I feel better, I look better, and I am stronger. And those are things that are really important to me. So yeah. Okay, I would say, first off, you need to identify your why. So in this part of the world where I would say emotional intelligence is very much on the low, it's very easy to find yourself getting body shamed and bullied and all of that. And to some people, that might be the one reason why they probably want to hit the gym. I would say that it's not a valid enough reason, because at the end of the day, people are always going to talk. Even if you eventually lose the weight and you're thin, you're skinny, you have people who come and say, oh, why are you looking sick, and all of that. People are always going to talk. So I feel like if you're in that space where you know deep down, you've sat with yourself and you know that I actually want to lose this weight, I want to do this, then you need to figure out exactly why. There has to be a stronger reason, better than what people are saying. It should probably be, I want to look better, I want to feel better, I know that I have potential to do so many things, and right now the fact that I don't feel like I'm at my best is taking this away from me. Once you've figured out your why, I need you to show up every day with that mindset. Like, remember why you're doing it, because it's going to be very difficult, and I promise it's going to feel easier for you to quit than it is for you to continue. The reason you started in the first place is what is going to keep you going. So yes, if you've decided that you actually want to lose weight for health benefits, for aesthetics, for whatever reason, then I would advise that you do it the right way. Build sustainable habits. Don't look for shortcuts, because at the end of the day, once you stop, you're going to find yourself circling back if you don't build sustainable habits. So yeah, that's my one advice.
Don't worry. But remember again, Trade FM, Bushwa. Where they happen? Protea Hotel, Ikeja Sele by Mario. Then who they inside the program? Wellness what? Hour by Mr. Noyamayama. Thank you for watching.